Showtime. Woo! At the Apollo. Okay, this is not the Apollo. So check this out. Welcome to Vibing in the D with Lily. We are live on Facebook, YouTube, and also Groove Radio Detroit. I added two other things to this, but I'm not gonna talk about that right now. Anyway, I'm excited because I'm inviting back a guest that I had on here. It wasn't last year, it was the end of 2019 because we hadn't hit no panoramics or anything of that nature. And he had a book coming out right after I talked to him on the audio version of the podcast. So I am going to get started and we will bring on to the screen Xavier Jones. With Lily. Talking to the diamonds of Detroit today. Vibing in the D with Lily. With Lily. Talking to the diamonds of Detroit today. Vibing in the D with Lily. Talking to the diamonds of Detroit today. Vibing in the D with Lily. What's up? What's up? Uh-oh. Got you.
What's going on, Lily? How you doing? Thanks for having me back onto the show. I really appreciate it.
You're very welcome. I'm glad you take some time out. I know you're busy, so we're not going to take up all of your time. But I wanted to first say congratulations on the books.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. That's
They're,
that's
they're,
that's that's all I got.
they're very good. They're very good.
Oh, thank you. I
And
appreciate it. You ain't just you're
now,
not just telling me that to be nice, are you?
no, because we're gonna read something. I'm gonna read something in it that I like. But yeah,
Okay.
I was really impressed with you because I saw you the first time I saw you was at No Cap Mondays, for Deshaun Jones at the Aretha's Jazz Cafe, and you
Mhm.
read some of Book O, and I want to say it was something else. I want to say it was. Is that
That
what you
was one of them. That was one of them. Yeah.
said? Okay, yeah, we ain't gonna read that way because I know I was sitting there like, oh. Oh, maybe that's why it's called Book O, because you be like, oh. But yeah, I appreciate artists in the city and authors, especially because it takes a lot to create a masterpiece of a book, put it out, and you publish your own books.
Yep, I did it all on my own, with the exception of the graphics and whatnot. But I wrote it, I printed it for the most part. Yeah, it was on my own. No backers or nothing. My own money and my own resources went into both of those projects.
So altogether, like for Book O, how long did it take?
Oh well, that's the funny story about everything. So I actually the second book was actually the book I completed first, and I was
Really?
waiting on yeah. So I was waiting, and so for the most part, everything was done for that one. And I was kind of waiting on somebody to send me something. And while I was waiting on them, I kind of just started writing more stuff. And I was like, damn, let me put all this stuff together. So shit, it's pretty much a book in its own. So let me put this together while I wait on that. And I
Okay.
ended up happening just like that. It
Wow.
kind of just happened. So, but that the fire I can say the second book, that initial process was like 2 years. So the first book was probably about 9 months out of that 2 year process.
Wow. Okay. All right. So let me just read this on the back of Book O. It says Book O, a collection of short stories from Michigan writer Xavier Jones, his first of many on the way projects. The stories cross genres to tell fictional but relatable snips of African American experiences. I just learned to read two days ago, so that's why I'm doing that. Uh, You might laugh, you might cry, you might make a baby and get yourself in trouble. Every time I see that, I start crying. I'm like, man, I'm like a baby. It says, but readers are guaranteed a tingling thought and provoking and heartwarming experience. So this is Book O, people. You should check it out. The link is in the description of the video to get your own copy on Amazon. Very simple, click and order. So I enjoyed this. It's short, you know what I'm saying. The other one is a little thick, you know.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I'm just gonna suggest somebody should read something else. It's a good one. That's a good one. So, how long have you been writing, and did you always have a plan to put out books?
Well, I've been writing. Well, I did my first newspaper article, I guess, 10 years ago. Yeah, it's 10 years ago, my senior year of high school, and I kind of just I was doing it on and off from there. So that was in 2011. I wrote that first article, and maybe I started writing again consistently in 2012 or 2013.
Mm-hmm.
And I honestly didn't plan on it. My original plan was just to get out of my mama's house. That's once I graduated from high school. Like I can't be in the crib no more, so I got to do something to get out the crib. And I
Right.
ended up going to college for like nursing, and it didn't work out. And then I went for healthcare administration, and that didn't work out. Then I went to a whole nother school, and kind of found something that worked out, and writing fit right in with
Mhm.
it. And I've been doing it ever since.
Okay, that's what's up. Sometimes you go for one thing and it's just not what you know it's not for you. So that makes
Yeah.
so as far as I know when we talked before, you stressed how important reading is. Let's talk
Hmm.
about that a little bit.
Thought that if I wasn't reading, I wouldn't be writing. So once I started, what really started me writing again, I read the first Hunger Games book, and it was no before I read the first Hunger Games book, that summer 2013 maybe, 2012 or 2013. I was like, I thought to myself like, damn, all the every movie you see is based off a book. So maybe I need to start reading the source material so I can, get. I wanted to write films. So my logic was if I dissect all these books and I really really get to the meat and the details of how these people write books, me writing scripts won't be it'll be a cake breeze. And I picked up one book and just start breezing through them. At one point in time, I was probably reading like a different book a week. Like I
Wow.
start one book on Monday and then it'll be done by Friday, and then start the other one that weekend and it'll be done by Friday. Back in my youth.
That's all. You still youthful. You're still very youthful. But that's good because it was so funny the last time we talked. You said niggas don't read.
Oh yeah, niggas not reading. They people be baffled. Bro, you this niggas pulled out a book. They think I pulled out the Draco or something, man. Like nigga finna kill everybody. Yo, you got a book, run.
Oh man, I don't know why people don't read. I don't. I enjoy reading. Now my brain is a little chaotic sometimes and I just can't focus and and then if it's not grabbing me, I will find myself asleep.
Hmm.
But I do enjoy reading. It helps increase your vocabulary. You learn words and that people could be like, what you say? What that mean? Look it up.
Yeah.
So, reading is fun for the mental.
I agree. I never heard that phrase broken down like that before, but I agree.
Yeah, definitely. So the mixtape book. I I'm looking through this now. I know at each story, just like in book O, like each story has like a name next to it.
Hmm.
Are these stories from other people or are they just all from you?
Most of them are from me. There are stories from other people in there. So my boy Jam Covington, he wrote a story. My cousin Daniel Burgess, his name in there is Anonymous Jones, and a friend of mine, Ivana, she didn't write a story, but she wrote like the outro. So,
Okay.
but most of those stories that are from everybody else are in a separate section of the book. So if it
Okay.
says it's probably the name of the character.
Okay. Got you. So there was one that really stood out, and I guess this is the name of the character, Jay Covington.
No, that's the writer.
Okay. Okay. Got
That's
you.
his name. Yeah, that's.
Okay. So I wish really that really stuck out. Like it was just deep. It,
Mm-hmm.
and if you don't mind, I'm gonna read it.
Oh no, go ahead. That's my boy Jam Covington. That's his work.
Okay.
He would love to hear it.
All right, cool. So make sure you share this with Jay. Okay, so I wish my mama loves me like she loves the pipe. While she breathing life but inhaling death. She got me feeling deaf because I never heard her say I love you. Mama, I just want you to touch my hand like you do the drug man. When you're getting your candy, but it seems you love your confections way more than my affection. Mm. But I'm more a part of you, mama, than that needle that you got the infection from. I've spent more time in your womb than the burn wounds that plague your fingertips. Mama, I'm your son. I won't betray you like the dealer did when you paid late. I'm sorry for acting like I didn't know you when I was ashamed. But fuck shame. I'll endure any humiliation to hear you say my name, followed by, son, I'm proud of you. Come give your mama a kiss. But I know the only time you pucker your lips is when you're in your room alone with the glass straw and white stone, getting intimate with fumes that fill your lungs. I wonder what that feels like to need something more than your flesh and blood, something that taints your flesh and blood. I can't think of anything else, so it must be love. So I wish my mama loves me like she loves the pipe. Man, man, come on, man.
Heavy stuff, huh?
That's very heavy. That's deep. That's deep. But it's a lot of awesome stories in here. You got poems, you got stories. So I hope you guys click the link and go check it out. I mean, it's worth it. It's very much worth it. Um what is something that you would tell somebody that's looking to publish a book?
Just I think I said this to you last time. Should just sit
Yeah.
down and do it. Just you really can't really make excuses. Find the time within your schedule and do it. Just figure out what you want to write about and write it. It's not as it's like most things in life is not as complicated as people make it seem. Uh, Shit, just do it. Just like anything else. If you want to start hitting the gym, how do you lose weight? Start hitting the gym. Just get up and go do it. You want to just like anything else, do it.
Yeah,
Get up off your ass and go do it.
definitely. That's what's up. You want to be an author too? Yeah, I want to be an author too, and I'm not even gonna talk about that because I told you about that before. But it is very interesting. Now, with a lot of people, let me ask you about: do you have an editor?
I do. I don't have I guess a professional editor, but I got a friend of mine that felt like looking out and helping me out. I guess took my editing services up, but I think for the next book, I would like an editor. I might send it to somebody, a publishing company, or I even might try to get signed by a publishing company to get some help behind the next book. Because, like I
Mm-hmm.
said, I did it all by myself, but the shit is difficult. It's exhausting. So if I can get some help and some resources, I'm not gonna turn them down.
Mm-hmm. That's what's up.
But it's
So as far as like your friend, I mean, because that's a great suggestion. If somebody knows somebody that does editing or they're really good at proofreading and whatnot, that's a start to have that person go over your material. Um,
mm-hmm.
so did it was somebody that you just knew or
A coworker.
okay, and you didn't feel awkward doing that? Like, man, then what if they publish my book?
No, I feel as if that's not a righteous mindset to do anything with. So if just like if I was starting a podcast and I'm scared to have you on my podcast because you might steal something from my podcast. I don't give a fuck about your podcast. I got my own podcast to worry about.
Right.
So This is I'm not worried about nobody taking my stuff because it's my
Yeah,
stuff. And if they take it, that's just, for me and them to deal with at the end.
yeah. I
But I
know
say I'm not
that's a
worried.
question that comes up sometimes when I'm talking to people about books and
Hmm.
having somebody go over their material and whatnot. And we touched on this in the beginning that you did your own publishing, and it's Books in the Hood, correct?
Yeah, but so that's my LLC. I have my own publishing company. And it's honestly just self-publishing. I made myself into a LLC
Mm-hmm.
and I did everything myself under my own name. Books in the
Okay.
Hood. That's the publishing company.
Yeah. And what was that difficult? Was that something that was pretty easy to do, or
It was easy. It's all about pulling resources and making sure the goal and the dream is to be able to do what I did for other people. So I had to make sure I can do it for myself first. So
Mm-hmm.
I know I can do it for myself. So if you wanted to write a book and I could be your publisher. I know how to publish your book. I would know the steps. I would know the people to talk to for cover art. I would know the right directions to lead you
Mm-hmm. So maybe Miss Counselor could get in touch with you because she wants to know how do you set yourself apart,
in. Oh,
because
okay.
she feels like it whatever she wants to write about somebody already has. But that goes back to what you were saying about podcast and your material and whatnot. I don't really think it's anything new under the sun. Like somebody has
Mhm.
talked about or written about or done something that we're doing. So
Yeah.
you just have to me, you just have to put it in your mind. This is my work. I want to share my work. It is what it is. You don't want to think about, well, somebody they got on the same purple shirt. Don't
Mhm.
worry about that. Just if you
Yeah.
want to wear that shirt, wear that shirt. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. You gonna miss out. You'll miss out on your own. Your own blessings and your own hard work. Just being so watchful on what the next person is doing. So
Right.
it's 7 billion people in this world. So that means it's 7 billion different stories to be told. Nobody can tell the same story the same as you because nobody lived your experiences and vice versa. You didn't live the same way they live.
Right.
So the story will be different just because you two experience different things.
Exactly. Exactly. Y'all heard that, right? Y'all heard that, right? Yeah, it's just, I know a lot of people have those thoughts because I've talked to different people about publishing and editing, and what if my book got the same name, and what if this, and a lot of people have those concerns.
You got the same name as somebody else, so nobody really has anything to themselves. It
Boom.
just be real with each other in this world. I had 7 billion different people in the world, so somebody's bound to have some similarity somewhere in
Right.
something.
But the great thing about having those similarities is it makes it where people are able to relate to your story as well. So it's
Exactly.
like it's a great thing if you can tell a story and it's relatable, then go for it.
Mhm.
That makes a whole difference. And just because it's maybe similar to what somebody else has talked about, it's still your story.
And at the end of the day, you have to do it for yourself too.
Yeah,
So you don't really write the books for the audience. You did it because you have a story to tell. You have a story inside of you that needs to come out.
right.
And I just took all of my stories and I put them out there and I published. So you shouldn't. That's like saying it pretty much is just if I wanted to be a basketball player, I'm scared I can't make it as a basketball player because there's a lot of other good basketball players. Well, you got to be a good basketball player to to stack up with the
Right.
good basketball players. So you can't. It's really just getting your feet wet or shit, putting your feet in the fire, I guess, and walking through it.
Yeah, that's true. So it's the same the with that same thought. Um, I just lost my thought. Oh man, so damn, I literally I had the thought going, and then the basketball player thing just snapped it out of me. But what kind of things do you do to get into like your space to write? Because I know some people have different ways that they get their groove going to get creative. Is there anything
Yeah.
particular that you have to do?
Different. It has changed over the years. I used to be able to just get up and write. I take my computer or my phone everywhere and just do it. Now, so I guess I'm a little bit older. I have more stuff to do. I don't have as much energy as I did some years ago. So it's really about having enough rest, you gotta want to be in the zone. You gotta want to kill all the distractions. You gotta just like this being I can as easy as I can pick up my phone and so I just got a text message right now. While
Mhm.
I'm on this podcast, I can turn my phone around and look at that text message just if I wanted to. It's the same way while I'm writing. I can be writing and I can see my phone go off, and if I want to, I can grab that phone and check the message, and then normally what can happen is it spiral into a bunch of other just being distracted. So
Yeah,
you really just have to know yourself. Like I know what distracts me. I know sometimes I can't have the TV on, or
right,
sometimes I just have to get out of my own house and go right. I can go outside at the bus stop and write. Sometimes I just need fresh air. It's really just all depends. But it really just I have to want to do it. And I gotta have the energy, like the physical energy and the mental energy to do it. Because
yeah,
sometimes I know it has been a more than one time I've been too tired and I was just just trying to be Superman and push it. And I write something and I wake up in the morning, it be complete gibberish. Like what is this that I was writing? Like it's everything spelled wrong. I don't even think I meant to write any of this. Like
oh my goodness.
it's really about pacing yourself. You can't it's all about pacing. You have to just structure and pacing. You have to do it on your own time. You can't say, hey, okay, I'm writing my book, but his book came out, so let me hurry up and rush my book so I can catch up and compete with his book. Like, no, you're not competing with nobody but yourself. So you just want to be better than the person you was yesterday, or even not even say be better. Just
Right,
put in more work. No, I don't even want to say put in more work. You just have to continue putting in work. You want to put in more work every day. You want to go forward or go up every time. You don't want to backslide.
right. So do you have any particular inspirations for writing?
Just life, really, just music, everything, literally everything.
Hmm.
I can say anything and write anything about it.
Do
I
you
think
have
that's one of my talents. Say what?
do you have any favorite writers?
Favorite, and that's changed. It's changed over the years, but once I first started back reading, for real, it was Stephen King, Alex Haley, Donald Goines, Iceberg Slim. Hmm. Octavia Butler, Nettie. Oh, I can't pronounce her name, but she writes science. I said science fiction. She writes. She writes. I can't tell you exactly what she writes, but she writes books for Black people.
Okay.
Uh, and stuff like that. I just like a mix of informative. I like the reality, scary, how scary reality is. A lot of people really are in touch with reality, and I like to use my right. A lot of people say like it's so harsh or it's so scary and nasty or blah say, but that's real life. Like that's one thing nobody ever said was, hey, this shit fake. Like this don't feel like real life. Like this can't happen in real life.
Right.
And I personally feel as if most of the things I write about can happen in real life in some way, shape, or
Mhm.
form. And I'm inspired by real life, and I
Yeah.
want to expose real life to the people who don't know it.
Right. That's what's up. And everything I've read so far, it really could happen in real life, or has probably. I don't know.
Yeah,
But
and exactly we only know what we know.
right, it's not too far fetched. Is what I'm saying. So, yeah, you did a great job on both of those. And so as far as like around the city, I know like we met at the No Cap Mondays, which was kind of like an open mic type thing. Do you
hmm
still well minus in the panoramic that we're going through. Do you still like to do open mics and do different things of that nature? And how do you promote your book?
With if I haven't, I've been to one open mic. I've been to one poetry feature since the whole panoramic, and I didn't get on stage. I just honestly didn't feel like it. But I would love to go. It's like it's all about schedule structure and balance. So if I had more time or more free hours, I would definitely be at as many of them as I could be, just to promote and whatnot. And how I promote is really just being there, sharing pictures on Facebook and just posting up random clips and stuff. I got friends of mine that share it occasionally. I got it's kind of always in some type of rotation somewhere.
That's
So
good.
sometimes I give books out for no reason. I just stay in the loop. And a lot of stuff I really don't promote because I'm just because of my own system. I know how to make a big bomb instead of just like a big push.
Right, right. Not the panoramic. Yep, that's the name of it. But so I think you were telling me before that you do mentoring sometimes.
Sometimes I just try to be a positive influence for the people I feel that need it. So I
Yeah.
guess you can call that mentoring.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. And it was funny how you were talking about how you wrote when you wrote the books. People were like, "You wrote a book?"
Hmm. I said they did. They think you in the basement building nuclear weapons.
Man, that's funny. That's funny. Yeah, one day somebody gonna be like that about me. You wrote a book?
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
but
yep, I wrote a book.
that's awesome. That's awesome. So does your family like what do they say about it? Have they read your book?
uh, that's hilarious. Okay. My mom hasn't read any of them yet. She got them. She owns them. She
Okay.
hasn't. I don't even think she really started them. Mm, I know my dad read book zero. He finished that one. He's working on the second one. My auntie, his sister, she finished both of them. Uh, and as far as I know, that's the people in my family. No, I got some more aunties and a cousin that probably read the first one, but I'm
Uh-huh.
not sure. I know they
They
don't
don't say
necessarily.
nothing.
You said what?
They don't say nothing like do
They
they?
do. It's like it's not like they don't necessarily read it, but they support me. Like, hey, everybody, my nephew wrote a book. Like
Oh,
they gonna make sure that everybody know their nephew wrote a book. They might not have a chance to read it yet, but all their
right,
friends and people know their nephew done wrote a book or
right.
whatever. But I do appreciate my family. They keep it going for me for sure.
Yeah, that's what's up. Has anybody ever read any of the stories in your books and been like, "What?"
Yeah, all the time. Yeah, all the time. That's always the first reaction I get.
Man, it was so funny because I had never seen you before. I didn't know you, and you got up there on stage and you were reading something else, and I was like, "Wait a minute." I was like, "Wait a minute, I'm shy," like, bro, what are you saying? But it was very enjoyable for real, and yeah, I know you got work, and I don't want to keep you for too long. Is there anything, any advice you would give to somebody that is looking to become an author?
Just stay diligent. Really, stay focused. Stay distracted. I'm sorry. Let me take that one all the way back. Do not stay distracted. You gotta rise above your distractions. Really know yourself. So know yourself. Know your environment. Know the people around you. Make sure that's what you want to do. Uh, uh, really just stay focused, stay grounded, and keep a structure. Yeah, a book cannot be pushed out without structure. It has to something has to be structured. Something has to be in place so everything can turn out how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, yeah. Definitely. Now, not asking the actual price of anything, but what's a ballpark range for somebody that's wanting to get a book out that they should have?
That honestly all depends on the person.
Mm-hmm.
So you can you can honestly pay. Woo. So you got to buy your ISBN number. So that's something you have to pay for. You know, just like the registration. Those go for different prices depending on how many you buy or what you need them for. So that or if you just want to buy, yep, one of those. Yes, ma'am, one of those. That if you just want to, let's say you buy one, that'd be $30 right there.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Shoot, honestly, that's it. That if you go through Amazon, how I did, there's a few different outlets to publish the book. I did mine on Amazon, KDP, Kindle Direct Publishing, and I had to pay for my ISBN number, and I had to pay for the paperback to be printed out. So if you just want to release an ebook, from how I did it, you don't have to pay no money unless you do your ISBN number. Well, you and actually Amazon gives you an ISBN number, but I didn't want
Okay.
I didn't want I wanted my own numbers, so that's
Okay.
why I went and got my own. So they and let's say you want to print a paperback, you have to pay. You might it all depends on the person. You might want to pay for somebody to do your cover. You might have the ability to do your own cover. You
Mm-hmm.
might just build a cover right there on the website, which would be free.
Right.
So you can righteously not from $0 on up, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah. So you the who did the artwork for your books?
So book zero was done by a guy named C Nice. Ooh man, I met him a long time ago on Instagram. I think his real name's Courtney. I just met him through somebody. I met him through a friend.
Mm-hmm.
He did that in a couple different logos for me. The mixtape book, which is done by my boy Rick. Rick is he's the goat. Me and Rick me and Rick are working together now on some comic books. So Rick is the person that, for the most part, is bringing my ideas to light. So if I say Rick is Dre, I'm Snoop,
Okay. Now,
and
what's the story behind this one though?
okay, so it's simple. So I was like, man, once I figured out that I was going to release that book instead of the other one, I was like, dog, I need a cover on it. I need a cover on it. And I was driving. I'm from River Rouge, and I was driving on my way back home from somewhere. I was driving down out of drive in Fourth Street. Anybody, I was by the Palace. Anybody who's from the neighborhood knows exactly where I was at. And
Mm-hmm.
it's a sign where people, people sit down and hold up signs and shit, and the guy had a sign just like a dat that said sin overrides righteousness in the Negro community. And I took a picture of it and I sent it to the guy, and he scolded it out like that. And once I saw him, I was like, man, that guy's sweet, bro. He doing it for the cause. I'm gonna take a picture of him and put him in my book.
And he don't even know he famous now.
Yeah, I need to find that guy.
Got his
Give him
water
something to
bottle
eat.
down there and every damn thing.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's dope. That's dope. That's dope. So I appreciate you for coming on. Like I said, I know you working. I know you took some time out to talk to me, and I appreciate that. And keep up what you're doing. And what do you have coming up soon? Do you have anything coming up?
So that's my one of my biggest structure and beefs right now myself. I need to figure out what I'm gonna do. So me and Rick, so we working on comic books. I'm the writer, he's the artist. So I have a comic book out called Finessing. That's something
Mm,
I actually wrote. I wrote Finessing when I started writing again. So when 2013, I wrote Finessing. And it
okay.
really evolved into a whole bunch of different stuff. But now we set on a comic book. It's about two guys who pretty much they finesse the weed man for $1, and the weed man come after him, and just like a bunch of funny stuff.
Okay.
It's real simple. No, it's pretty much our practice. So, and the next comic book is Deadlock. I never really spoke that one out loud. I got images and concept art for both of them. I just didn't get a chance to make it public. Via Rick, thanks Rick for drawing it up. I'll send it to you once we get off of here.
Okay.
Deadlock is about a guy. To say the least, he dies and goes to hell, and he got shit to do once he get down
Oh wow. Okay. Okay. Deadlock. All right.
there. And that's the big projects I'm working on, and I have another novel that I'm working on. I haven't touched it in a while, but I just have to sit down and do it. I just need to figure out what's going to come out this year or what I'm going to do this year. I would like to collaborate with someone. Like I want to write for someone. I want somebody to recruit me so I can help them out or something like that. That's kind of what I'm
Mm.
waiting for somebody to collaborate with. But just
Mm-hmm.
just
Okay.
working, trying to build
Yeah.
my structure and my schedule right.
Right. Right. That's what's up. Okay. Well, in the description, everybody on Facebook, YouTube, you can get his books. You can check out his website as well, and support this young brother. He's doing the damn thing, and we need that to keep going. Need to keep going. That's what's up.
I appreciate you, Lily. I really do.
Thank you, thank you. Before we go, we're gonna show a couple of things here, and don't go anywhere just yet. Join me for lunch every weekday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the YouTube channel Experience, the Facebook group Lunchtime Chat with Experience, and also Groove Radio Detroit. See you then.
God Damn It with Cheese is back with season 2 with Lily and Ness. We promise to keep you entertained all season long.
To the white meat. Search God Damn It with Cheese TV on all social media platforms. Make sure you hit that subscribe and that follow button.
And whatsoever you do, please turn on your post notifications so you can know when we live.
And also check us out on Groove Radio Detroit, Saturday nights at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. All right. All right. So yeah, tune in to God Damn It with Cheese. Tune in to the lunchtime chat. And thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you, Xavier, for being on here. You're welcome
Thank you
back.
so much.
Let me know about anything else you got coming out so I can check that out as well, okay?
I got you. I got you. I appreciate it.
All right. Well, thank you so much. And everybody have a great night and a great weekend. And hopefully we'll see some of y'all tomorrow night on God Damn It with Cheese. Peace.
Have a good night, y'all. Peace.
All right.
Talking to the diamonds of Detroit City.